What's up, YouTube? Eugene here, back again. We're going to be taking a look at Gucci's exclusive collection, the Alchemist Garden, and specifically the Eau de Parfum range. Those are the only ones that I have. They do have an extrait range and an Eau de Toilette, so they're kind of multi-tiered, all beautiful packaging. And even though the Alchemist Garden is, 10 years behind most other designer exclusives, it's a welcome addition, as I've really been enjoying this collection as I've been getting to know it, which is a huge surprise for me considering all the riffraff Gucci's been going through the last 10 years. The last interesting thing they put out was really Gucci Pour Homme 1 and 2 before those were discontinued, and then they went through that whole Guilty collection. And after the Guilty collection, it was the only things that were worth owning or mentioning or talking about were Guilty Absolute and Memoir d'une Odeur, which was the tea-based fragrance. So those are literally the only three fragrances that I've owned from Gucci. So Gucci Pour Homme 2. I wish I had gotten... I wish I was able to get Gucci Pour Homme 1, but it's long been discontinued and really hard to find. So I owned a Gucci Pour Homme 2. I own Guilty Absolute, which is the petroleum leather, and Memoir d'une Odeur. So these are really the first things that have interested me in Gucci for it's been forever. And again, it's a surprise considering, it says Coty here on the back of the box. Who knew Coty was capable of putting out something really interesting? Not only Coty, Coty's the owner of Gucci, but Alberto Morillas, who is the perfumer behind this, collaborated with Alessandro Michele. And Alberto's not really known for this sort of thing. He is more of a freshy, a mainstream, mass-appealing perfumer. His resume consists of literally thousands of designer hits, and I can't remember him ever putting out anything this creative. I'm not familiar with his own personal line, Meisenser. Never smelt anything, never even came across them, so I'm kind of curious which way they lean. But these Gucci's are fantastic. I'm really enjoying them. I'm going to share them with you quickly. Never thought in a million years that I would, but I think they're all really great. And they really stand up to a lot of the other designer exclusives. I would kind of rate them, in between Maison Christian Dior and, let's say, Allez Labo or something like that. I think they're more interesting than Guerlain's Art and Materials, which are just really soft, subtle, sweet vanillas. They're beautifully crafted, but a little bit on the non-exciting side. These Gucci's, they're quite bold. They're almost niche-y. Let's forget about Le Labo. I would say something in between Dior's Privé and maybe an Amouage. How about that? Because quite a few of them actually lean Middle Eastern, especially A Voice of the Snake. Let's start there. You can see by the packaging, the black bottle, it leans really dark and gothic, and this is oud based, and it's oud based coming from a Western brand. So, oh man, that is so strong. And it's literally just smoke. It's smoke, spices. There's a harshness to it. It's really dark. Like all I see is black smoke, fuming smoke. There's some herbalness to this. The whole collection's really got a lot of herbalness to it, but it's really woody, it's leathery, and the oud in here is just like smoked chips. That's really what I get, these fuming, dark, smoky chips. I don't get anything medicinal. Doesn't really get dirty on me either. There's a nice patchouli in here. It's full. It's rich. It's textured. It's very spicy. Spicy, woods, smoky. I think it's some kind of green, nutty cardamom in here. But it's really nice. I mean, for Middle Western, a Western oud, sorry. I think it's really nice. I mean, is it synthetic? Well, yeah, so is Dior's Oud Ispahan, you know, not so much leather oud, but, you know, we're always talking about synthetics. A lot of stuff is synthetic. Next, and this is one of my personal favorites. I prefer this a little bit more than Voice of the Snake. And this is a Midnight Stroll. And this is incense-based. And this is, as far as I'm concerned, one of my most favorite churchy liturgical incenses. It's just, you know, it's church at a high mass during a special time of year. Smoky, incensey, sappy, piney, resinous. You got those balsams in there. Spicy. And they're both, you know, extremely smoky, both of these. You can tell just by the bottle color here. Absolutely stunning. Just really dark, smoky frankincense. It's pure frankincense. Sweet and spicy frankincense. All right, next we have, this is Hortus Sanitatis, which is a really interesting perfume. So Hortus Sanitatis is Latin for a garden's medicine, a medicinal garden. And that's, you know, what this had smelled like to me before I even realized what that stood for. This is very herbal. It's earthy. It smells like ground and soil. This is really bizarre and good at the same time. You see those sprayers there? Check the sprayer out. Oh, man. So mentholated. It's so bizarre, but somehow it works. Like, earthy, spicy, herbal, medicinal. It smells like ointment, Band-Aid ointment. It smells like yeah, muscle reliever, you know, the cream that you put on your muscles. There's a heavy dose of patchouli in the dry down. Again, incense, resins, ambers, dry woods, smoke. You know, it goes churchy, it goes everywhere, and it works. It feels and sounds bizarre, but somehow I'm, you know, kind of obsessed with this. Band-Aids, leathery. All right, the next one I have is Tears of Iris. And so the woody ones I've noticed are they're all very woody, they're dry and smoky. There's obviously a theme going on to these, and the florals, there's a theme going on with the florals where they're all, you know, they're all warm, creamy, soft, and subtle. But I have a feeling that these are very easily, you know, you can layer these, and not that I'm into layering, or I don't layer. It's just not my thing. But there's definitely a brand aesthetic that runs through all of these. So there's a lot of thought being put into these by Alberto Morillas. It just seems like they would work to layer somehow, and there'd be no clashing of notes or accords or themes. Things just kind of flow with them. So this is Tears of Iris. And I love Iris perfumes, and I love this a lot. It's just warm and balmy, lipsticky, earthy, powdery, cozy. a dry iris, slightly spicy, peppery, slightly green, slightly mushroomy. It's just really warm and cozy. It's beautiful, woody. It's woody. It's more woody. It's a woody iris more than it is floral. So let's open up a few more here, and this, we'll start here. This is A Song for the Rose, and the packaging on these are all stunning. So there's the box. Okay. They all come in these drawstring baggies. And the bottle is absolutely beautiful just as well. So let's spray some of this on. Oh man, it's just like rose right away, and there's no doubting it's rose. It's green, it's earthy, it's wet, it's dewy, it's a springtime rose, slightly fruity. It's a very wet springtime rose. You get stem, petals, a little bit of the earth, a big sparkling pink rose. A very floral tone to this. This is more floral than it is woody. It's a beautiful rose. It's just like a photorealistic rose. Okay, so next we have a chant for the nymph. And this is insanely good too. It's a white floral. Okay. Again, you got the drawstring baggie. Let me just get rid of some of this stuff. And they all have some kind of animal on it. Well, Chant for the Nymph has some floral accord. The rose has, has a rose deco on it. Hortus Sanitatis has a cat. Tears of Iris has an owl. A Midnight Stroll has a panther or a cat, some sort of cat. Voice of the Snake obviously has a snake. So the bottle is stunning. Reminds me of a woman's powder, like a cosmetic-y face powder. It's Hortus Sanitatis on it. All right, this one's clean. So let's put this on. Oh, just wow. It's a beautiful, creamy, white floral. It's like a tropical white floral, something you'd wear on a vacation. There's got to be some ylang-ylang. I'm getting that, banana sensation. There's frangipani in here, some kind of orange family member. It's white, it's incensey, it's fresh. This is more for warmer weather, but this is pure white floral. It's got a nice sparkle to it. It's just really it's got a nice warmth and calmness to it. More on the wet side. There's nothing dry here. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. So we've got the Virgin Violet and Eyes of the Tiger. Okay, let's open this bad boy up. Virgin Violet's got some sort of a swan, or looks like a swan. So I get almost more iris than violet. And it's almost like the same iris used in Tears of Iris. Violet's more in the background, but it's leathery and balmy. It's warm, incensey, super cozy, super warm, full-bodied, well-rounded, clean. It's a wet, fresh floral accord. So the iris in here is wet. The iris in Tears of the Iris was dry, more earthy. This is more of a floral. Insanely good. Everything's really good, which is a nice surprise coming from Gucci. I'm not sure who else Coty owns. I think they own Jean Paul Gaultier. So this is Eyes of the Tiger, and obviously there's going to be a tiger on here. So Eyes of the Tiger is an amber accord, an oriental amber. Actually, 3 of the first ones that I showed were all orientals. But this is a different type of oriental, where those are dry and super woody and spicy. I think I've got Voice of the Snake on. I've got no more strips left. It's all vanilla. It's like creamy, sweet, warm, almost like something baking in the oven, vanilla. Incense, slightly resiny, woody, balmy. Super easy to wear, super nice. This is probably the sweetest of the bunch, and probably the easiest to wear from the woody accords. It's a nice, almost like a sticky amber. I feel like there might be going to be some sugar coming out in the dry down of this. It feels almost gourmandish, but like a sophisticated gourmand. I like it nonetheless. I like all of them. I think Gucci did a super well job. The packaging is insanely beautiful. You guys can't see these, but the bottles are gorgeous. Anyway, that's been my quick impression of the Alchemist Garden. They're kind of hard to find. They're exclusive to Gucci counters in Canada within Holt Renfrew, so they might pop. It's Coty, so they'll probably pop up on discounters in the next year or two. Keep an eye out, and they'll probably hit a huge price discount. So you never know. I wouldn't be surprised in the least, but they're definitely worth checking out, especially if your tastes align with mine. I really suggest that you do if you can. But anyway, if you've tried them, let me know what you think. Always love hearing your comments. Like this video, and we will see you again soon. Thanks for watching.